This is the Conrad Alert. Civil defense information will be broadcast at 6:40.
West of the Rockies, you're on the air. Hello.
Y2K, how can we prepare?
Stop a few of their machines and radios. Throw them into darkness for a few hours.
We are fighting for our lives. My family must survive.
Over 5 years, 1,000 gallons of gas, air filtration, water filtration.
Coming at you from the frozen tundra. Oh, wait, no, we're still in Tennessee. How in the hell is everyone out there? Great to see you all who've shown up already. This was an impromptu live stream. This is our last night, isn't it, baby doll, in Tennessee. And then we start the long, slow, arduous climb back north of the border. Today is day 33 of the epic road trip to end all road trips, isn't it, darling?
Well, your road trip.
Yeah, but it's been good to have you for the tail end of it. So, Nina, hello, howdy from Texas. It is unreal that yesterday, this time, just over 24 hours ago, there was Backwoods Butcher was in Camden with us. Pip, where are you, Pip? Already back in Florida. You must have broke some speed records or something at all. Great to see you. We actually had a hell of a time, didn't we, babe?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was great. Pippin said a few shots of rum down, celebrating a good week past. Brother, you deserve it. You absolutely kicked ass. I appreciate you guys. Backwoods has 5 hours. I'm going to just guess that Backwoods is driving and watching the live stream. No, not at all. I'm going to say that his missus, whom we met, absolutely wonderful lady. Pippin says I was not doing 93. No, not in Florida. Nobody ever drives over the speed limit in Florida. But it was good to see everybody. We had a hell of a time. And we got a bunch more. Let's see. Oh, man. We got a ton of content to upload that we've been
fighting with the Wi-Fi on that.
Oh, yeah.
This morning. Actually, or did we try to do some last night?
We've tried last night. We tried this morning. And it was, hey, David Sigler. I have a question for David Sigler right quick here before I forget. Jack mentioned that you had a pre-mixed old-fashioned that was actually pretty good. If you could send that along, the name of it, I would really appreciate it because Jack told me and I forgot. So I know, hard to believe I would forget something, isn't it?
Right.
I know. Awful. But anyway, we've already kind of did a recap of the work day. So let's chat a little bit about Self-Reliance Festival, baby doll.
Okay.
Highlights, man. And no, he said that I trimmed my hat brim. No,
he's got the stupid string on top.
Becky was making fun of me earlier. So sometimes if I want to not see the block, ready? See, here we go. How's that? I learned this trick from Nate. If you put the string up on top, it fixes things for you. Hey, look who it is, Faith K. Great to see you. We met her in person at the booth at Self-Reliance Festival. I don't know if you might not have, but
I probably did. I'm sorry, Faith. I'm not.
No,
I have to meet people a couple times before I can put a face.
She may not even have mentioned her name to you because I met her first and then met you again, or met up with her again. So over 100 ducks were adopted. Holy duck, that's great. I love it. Go ahead.
I was going to say a lot of them are going to my nephew too. So
yes, as many as we can bring back across the border. There is a limit of 13 ducks per crossing of the border.
So. Well, if I get caught at customs, Pip, I'll send them down to you.
Absolutely.
I'll mail them back.
And want to say hello to Skane's girl. Good to see you. So it was a whirlwind 2.5 days, I guess we would call it.
Mm-hmm.
So we finished up. Last time we talked with you, all of our fine fellow delinquents, it was great to see you. And we had just finished up the work day. We did it that night. No, the next night. Yeah. So we had just talked about the few minutes we had. Backwoods feels like you ran a marathon. I feel you, brother. All right. First thing we need to shout out is Backwoods Butcher, who kicked ass and took names there. Did a solid 1 hour hands-on chopping up a pig demonstration, didn't he?
Yep.
And I didn't get over to it because I was otherwise occupied, but Brian Alexevich on multiple occasions told me how good he did just standing, cutting, and talking. He's an absolute natural. Dude, you're gonna make lots of money with this. Hey, Christopher, good to see you this evening. So yeah, we started Saturday morning early, right? Oh, 2 hours. Jeez, Backwoods Butcher did 2 hours. leave it to him to turn a 1 hour job into a 2 hour job. That makes sense. Yeah. So yeah, we started Saturday morning, which was just 48 hours ago. Chuck Peoples, guys, show Chuck the love. I finally remembered to get my first aid kits from Chuck. And I got to follow up with you, Chuck, because now I got to buy a bag to put it in. I got to figure out what I'm going to do with it. So,
well, we were going to look on. I know. Well, when he had the ticket draw, he had a nice bag that he had got from John.
Oh, okay.
So maybe
find out what size.
Yeah, or if he could just send us the link, so we know what bag to get.
Need a small bag for the everyday carry, and then a big bag for the other one. So that's great. Yeah, it was nice. You know, I intentionally stayed away from people I knew at Self-Reliant because of you, right, Mrs. Cook? You told me, you're like, honey, you can see your friends anytime you want. You can hang out with your internet friends and chat with them whenever you want, but you really need to make new connections and chat with new people and make sure everybody gets a piece of your time. And yeah, so I think I did a pretty damn good job of that, right?
So.
Were we busy at the event?
Well, you were more busy than I am.
Yeah, but it was awesome. So I had Mrs. Cook as my sales lady.
Yeah,
at the booth. Actually, talk about the booth.
Well, I hung out with we were all together. It was Kyle and his wife, and I'm sorry, I can't remember her name.
Wendy, right?
No, I don't think it's Wendy.
Oh my God,
it's not.
They're listening to us live now. Shoot me! No, it's not Wendy. Jeez.
See, I'm not even gonna pretend to guess.
It's not Wendy.
I know it. I'm sorry.
It's okay. It's
really
Backwood's
tired.
beautiful wife who has a much better personality than him.
Yes.
And oh my God, we are so exhausted and half drunk. So no, the drunk's not an excuse.
No,
so.
And Corey and Brian and
Nicole. Thank you, Nicole. Yeah. Oh my God. Oh, I owe you something there, brother. She's gonna shoot us now. Kyle's wife is Nicole. Everybody else is gonna tell us because everybody else remembers. It's all right.
In all fairness, I was going to say Amanda.
I called Sarah Melissa the other night. So yeah, she got a big kick out of it. So
and then
so we all went in on the
table. We all went in on the table, which was really nice because then we all hung out and we were able to converse with each other and take turns with it, and it was nice. And then everybody helped set up, everybody helped take down, and but it was, I just liked hanging out.
How was the weather?
Saturday it wasn't horrible. It was chilly.
It was 20 degrees in Canadian units. Yeah.
And it was windy. We had a couple big gusts that threw some stuff across the parking lot there. And then Sunday was really, really cold and it rained all day.
Yes. Well, two-thirds of the day.
Well, it pretty much rained all day because in the morning it was that misty. And then it developed into rain.
That's fair. Yeah. And then, so it was really good. Okay. We're going to bookmark this trip. Earlier today, we met up with Brian and Corey, spent a couple hours out of the land, just chilling and talking. We recorded the whole hour, kind of, I don't know, post-mortem on the workday and a bunch of other things that we're going to turn into another episode of the Delinquents Gully Chronicles, maybe? That's what we'll call it. I don't know. We're going to come up with it. I like that name. So it was great to see them. And anyway, the weather, that's where I was heading with it. I lost it all. You can tell we're tired. We're trying to get caught up. But anyway, so the rain, it got really, really bad for a little bit. But today was beautiful.
It's still a little chilly today, though. No rain, though.
No, it wasn't too bad. But people were buying pullovers and sweaters and blankets. It was damn chilly right from start to finish.
No,
yesterday.
It was chilly, but I don't think it would have been as bad if it didn't rain. I think the rain.
Yes. It made it way worse. Yeah. Jules says, Tim, however, you'll all get used to temperature metrics after you move to Delinquents Gully. Well, here's the deal. Quite often in Canada, we will give outdoor temperatures in Celsius and indoor temperatures in Fahrenheit. It's quite common for people to say, could you turn the thermostat up to 70 and then go outside and say, wow, it's chilly and it's only 15 degrees outside. So we're weird. Canadians make no sense. We talk funny.
Well, it's because all the thermostats are
traditionally they were.
Yeah.
We don't. Ours is digital, so we have it to match with. But a lot of people, like growing up, Dad always said, turn the thermostat up to 70 or back to 70.
Because it was that little plastic knob.
Yeah.
And it went by 60, 70, 80. Yeah.
Pippin said it was 70. We got back to Florida. Of course it was. Keep rubbing it in, Pippin. Going back to the land of oranges and.
It was still a little chilly today. But at least the sun was out. It wasn't raining. So I'll take it.
Absolutely. So yeah, it was fun. The four like a whole bunch of us went in on this on the table, which was great. So that helped with the cost. But like you said, it really helped. And this is something we're going to do again in the future.
Yeah.
But it really helped. Ryan said Canadians are weird. Well, you know what? You know two of them anyway, brother. But so yeah, it helped with the cost, but it also helped with there always being somebody to man the table, which I think helped us. I don't know, would we make like $300 or something at the table? Pretty close. Yeah, I'm sure there's a few I didn't put in there, but you could post beach pics. So I was pretty happy with having. Yeah, I thought it was a good haul. I thought we did great. Did better in 2 days there than I did in 4 days at prepper camp. And I probably
it's because when you're at prepper camp, you just leave the table.
I just talk and leave shit.
You're never there, right? So
and it helped that I had a sexy lady at the table waiting for people to come and say, "Hey there, want to buy something?" And you dot your eyelashes and they'd say yes.
No, that's okay. More like they come to the day. What do you want?
Yes, but at least you're there to be grumpy with them. I wasn't even there to be grumpy with them. So.
No, I wasn't grumpy.
No, you weren't. It was great. We had an awesome time. I love the events that we get to go to together. That makes it beyond. Yeah. So
yeah.
Anyway, yeah, like I was starting earlier, bookmark the trip. Second day of the first event at Nate and Aaron's, rain pretty much the whole day, or about half the day. So it ended that day. Second day of the final event of the what's going to be, I guess, a 37-day road trip. It rained, and that was the only rain in the entire thing.
Yep.
I cannot complain about the weather. We had it great. Yeah, Faith says we're all cute. Yes, you are all cute. Much cuter than us, thank God. So, all right. So, what are some of your highlights, baby doll? Self-Reliance Festival 2023.
Well, I don't know, just like I was saying earlier, it's like seeing everybody.
Sure.
Like I was, we met a lot of people that we know for the workday.
Yes.
And I'm always excited to see Brian and Corey.
Mm-hmm.
And then when we got
Nicole and Kyle, don't forget Nicole and Kyle.
But that's the first time I've ever met them. So, and but then when we got to SOE, I was excited to see Wendy and Joel.
Yes.
And then I was really excited to see Fred and Sarah.
Yes.
And their daughter's name, is it Alexis?
I'm actually not sure.
And then and then
I just always chat with her and think the world of her. I think she's an awesome kid.
Yeah, she's a sweet kid. I think
so. And I'm sure she'll shoot me for it, but I love it. She's great, and she always helps. Obviously, she helps her mom everywhere.
Yeah, no,
we had 3 or 4 great conversations. Maybe I've just never taken the time to remember it. I don't know what happened.
I want to say it's Alexis, but I'm not going to put. I won't put all my chips in one.
You're in the same boat as me tonight, darling.
And then and I don't want to forget anybody. And then and then I ran into, I got to see Nicole and I met Jack.
Yes. Oh, yeah.
And I did see John wandering around, but he never came over and said hello. So I was a little offended by that. So thanks, John. But I did see Amanda, and I love Amanda. She's really sweet. Yep. And Sean and Dawn
and their daughters got to meet their daughters finally.
And it was really, really nice to see Sandy and Jeff.
Oh yes, Sandy and Jeff. Fellow.
I'm glad they were able to come down, and their 2 girls, Katrina and
good.
I know it's Katrina.
It's okay. They're 2 lovely daughters.
The girls are great.
Jeff and Sandy came. They were 2 of the first people to get our special patch this year, the handshake patch, which was great. And they came all the way down from Manitoba, and we got to see them a bit. We didn't probably 2 good 10-minute conversations.
Well, you know what though? Like they were enjoying themselves.
They had a wonderful time.
And I wouldn't expect them just to hover around the table, right? They come down to enjoy themselves.
Absolutely. I worry about people. I'm always like, I got to make sure I chat with this person. I got to make sure I chat. Yeah. I go around. I bet you I checked with Yosik 4 times to make sure he was having a good time.
I met Yosik and Brian Young was there.
Right. Yes. Yep. We've seen him for a minute. Yep.
And then I met
Nicole.
Brett, and then I met a guy from my hometown, Sarnia.
Yeah, which is crazy.
Which is crazy. He came by a couple times, and we were just shooting the shit about places in Sarnia. And
small world.
Yeah, and he told us that he told me on the last day that his wife was bringing their 3 kids and they were hanging around Tennessee, Kentucky for 2-3 weeks on a vacation.
Nice.
And I'm just trying. I know I'm missing people.
That's okay.
But it was really nice. It was just nice seeing everybody, and then it was really, really nice meeting new people that I haven't met.
A lot of new people.
And then, I met this really, really wonderful lady and her husband just after. It was either before or just after Brian's presentation, and she said that she lived in Alabama.
Okay.
Or maybe it's the lady there from Louisiana.
Okay. No, she wasn't there. But that's okay.
No. And she invited us down to her place, and she said, and really, really, really wonderful lady. And I wish I could remember her name. I know she said it to me, but I only heard it once. So I told her to come on the live stream at one point and shoot me out her email so we can keep in contact. Because
we met. Here's the thing: we meet a metric shit ton or an imperial shit ton of people. Doesn't matter how you want to put it.
Yeah,
that's where they meet,
Yeah,
but we do, and we absolutely. Yeah, Skainsgar. I thought I met. Yeah, I met her at Midwest Preparedness. So we meet a ton of people. We do our best to write everybody down to make connections.
I try,
but you got to understand that the brain is willing, but the flesh isn't able, and we don't always remember. So. Well,
and it's not. I am really, really good with names, and I am good with faces. But after 3 days in a row, by day 3, my brain just kind of like goes in neutral mode.
It's like trying to carefully fill a teacup with a fire hose.
Yeah,
that's what it is. I mean, try it. I'm sure I could do a video.
Well, no, like my brain just goes in overdrive, and then I feel like an idiot because I can't remember anything.
It goes to mush. You do your best,
I do try.
And I just need to make one correction, Haas. You said Nate did an awesome job on the sign. Pretty sure Erin did most of the work on that sign, so she needs to get credit. But yes, it's awesome. We took one more picture as we left today. We took some video of us closing up our storage container for the last time while we're down here. What else? Just walking out of the property.
And Brian and Corey and us.
We went out for supper.
Great dinner. And that was actually a nice little restaurant.
Yeah, what was that called? Pater's State or something?
Yeah, like Corey got this like massive baked potato. Yeah. Like I still don't know. Was that one full potato or was that
cut the edges off it and then squeeze it together? I don't know. Maybe it was
a massive potato.
Yeah,
it looked really good.
Biggest potato I've ever seen.
It was a nice little restaurant.
Absolutely, it was. Yeah, and don't worry, Oss. Don't have to say sorry. The fact you remembered who made it was it means so much to us.
Yeah,
and it is going to hang there until it rots away and falls to pieces in 100 years.
And then we'll make her make us another one.
Exactly. Yes. And Skane's girl says, I'm more like the guy with short-term memory loss on 51st dates. Yeah, that's what it's like.
On day 3, that's basically...
It's like speed dating on crack is what it is. Woo, another person. Let's meet another person.
But by day 3, the one guy that came and talked to me from Sarnia, I couldn't tell you his name.
No.
I know he told me, and I couldn't tell you, and I apologize.
It's all right.
Yeah.
I'm going to try to go over everything I saw and experienced in 2.5 days, but it was incredible. It was great.
I might have to sneak out in a little bit.
Yeah.
We're just doing laundry, and I have to go down and switch it over.
It might be time.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm going to start recapping.
Yeah, you go ahead. I'll be right back.
I'll miss you while you're gone. With every bullet. You know how it is. Brian says he's going to make sure to clear coat it every season. It will last a long time. So, guys, we had the most incredible week. No, felt like a week. Let me back up here for a minute. Yeah, what a weekend. Thank you, Pippin. Felt like a week. So, like I said, Thursday was the work day. Friday was the, hey, let's show up early, get our feet under us, say hello to a lot of people. Most people aren't there. And then Saturday morning, I got there about 7:45 because we, even though Becky tells me, don't ever, there may or may not, anyway, yes, there will be some merch for It Must Be Nice. I promise you. Christopher wants to know, for those in the audio, when are the It Must Be Nice t-shirts coming out? There will be some. There will be lots of merch with It Must Be Nice on it, and it's coming. I promise. We've got a bunch of things in the works. I know I keep saying it. I need to get my ass back north, much as I don't want to. If I'm going to get this shit done, it can't be done from a Chromebook in a hotel. Sorry. It's much more difficult to do from a Chromebook in a hotel. I have a brand new Windows laptop waiting for me when I get back. This was probably my biggest learning point or pain point on this trip was I brought all my gear And yet here we are on a Chromebook, and Chromebooks suck ass. Let's put it that way. So anyway, and so from here, Friday morning, I met up with Spags and, oh man, can't remember right now the other. Anyway, we had three of us who were the MCs, Louise Millman and Spags and myself. And we had a ton of, just incredible time. But we had to put together the MC. And of course, Mama always tells me, honey, don't agree to do more than you can handle. And I don't, but I absolutely loved MCing. And was it a lot? Yeah. Was it worth it? Hell yeah, it was. Some of the most fun I had was Spags and I reading those World Without Rule of Law cards and jabbing back and forth at each other. We always have fun. But that was it. All right. So where to start? So Saturday, I did a ton of MCing. Did a bunch. Actually, Saturday was kind of cool because Saturday was my whirlwind day. I need to tell this on this live stream. I did it on the recording with Corey and Brian earlier, but I need to tell you that there was two people who met me Saturday morning at 9 o'clock. As soon as everything was going, it was about 10 to 9, and I had to run upstairs to get my notes put together for MCing because I had no idea what was going on. And I said, hey, give me a few minutes and I will come back and chat with you. I'm not sure if we ever got back to each other to chat. I hope we did. I apologize that I didn't have those few minutes for you. I try my damnedest to give until it hurts and make sure that I give as much time as I can to everybody. And we did our best. So, so Saturday, I didn't do any speaking Saturday, did I? That was just all MCing, which was great. Call me MC Toolman. Oh, come on. That was funny. See, I can't get no respect, I tell you. So anyway, Sunday was the busy day. Sunday was the insane day. Oh, Saturday night we had the VIP dinner, which was great. Met some awesome people. Wonderful couple from Wisconsin, which was great, and a few other great people. We got to sit around and drink wine, drink beer, eat food, enjoy Chef Brett's cooking, and that was awesome. So then Sunday morning, I was blessed enough to open up the show with my It Must Be Nice presentation. Bus leaves every day. Yes, it does. That will make it online as soon as we can figure out how to get it off Becky's phone. But I didn't want, so that's why today's presentation on the YouTube channel or yesterday's showed up from last week's Midwest Preparedness because I didn't want anybody to listen to it and kind of spoil the excitement for it. So, yeah. Oh, here we go. We got to put it up here. MC Toolman can't touch him. Oh, boy. Yeah, that's true. So, anyway. So that will make it up. That was probably, I don't know, every time I do it, I say it's the best time I've done a presentation, but it was an incredible crowd. We had so much fun. You know what? I need to back up, though, because there's a few people. See, thank you, Kyle. It's just, you're funny, Tim, even if Becky doesn't want you to.
It's not just me.
But I love seeing how much, well, this is the first time we met Kyle and Nicole in real life. And I loved seeing how natural he was. I said, it just felt like he'd been there his whole life.
Yeah.
And we love you, brother. You are going to do great things. No, scratch that. You're already doing great things, and you're already encouraging other people to do it.
No matter what Brian says.
Yes, no matter what Brian says about you behind closed doors when you're not listening, you are doing great things. And Brian is too. I got to tell you guys, that dude hadn't did a public presentation in 15 years. As much as he wanted to say he wasn't nervous,
he was nervous.
And I think the day of, he said he was a little nervous. It didn't matter.
But you know what I always say? When you're nervous, it means you give a shit.
Absolutely. And I mean, 2 minutes in, when his pants fell down and he picked them back up, after that, he was great. I'm telling you.
Oh, it would have broke the ice.
It would have broke the ice. I was so, for what it's worth, I was so proud of Brian. He did just the most incredible job. He told some funny, hilarious, poignant stories. And the dude didn't stand a chance, and he still knocked it out of the park. And why I say that is, you need to understand that he came after the main event. In other words, like the big round table, and then a whole bunch of giveaways and some special touching events and things where you're like, oh, everybody's going to leave. No, the whole crowd stayed for Brian, and he absolutely killed it, in the words of Backwoods Butcher. It was awesome. She likes his humor as much as she likes his movie picks. See? Yeah. So Brian and Kyle, proud of you both. And we were talking earlier in the other recording that Brian and I did about the TSP family tree.
Yep.
And so Kyle calls me his internet uncle, which I think is the greatest name ever. I love it. Maybe I'll have to get him coffee mug, world's greatest internet uncle, you know. But anyway, we were doing the breakdown, and the way we see it is kind of like this. Jack Spirko, you know, at the top of the family tree. Mm-hmm. Then Nicole, he encouraged her. Nicole encouraged me. I encouraged Brian. Brian encouraged Kyle. And now Kyle is encouraging a bunch of people in his group. And at some point, there's going to be people who are into content creation and doing way better than any of us that all will never meet, simply because it came that way. So technically, Kyle, that makes you my grandson. But you can be my nephew if you want.
No, great-grandson.
Great-grand? No, me, Brian, Kyle.
Yes. Yeah, so he would be Brian's grandson.
Yes.
Or no.
Yeah, no, my grandson.
Your grandson, Brian's son, your grandson. Nicole's great-grandson and Jack's great-great-grandson.
Pippin said, last October I was at SRF as a wallflower. This year I had the pleasure of being in the booth with these dudes. And Pippin,
you're welcome back.
Oh,
anytime.
We love you. I love having you there. You brightened my day. You took some incredible footage of the work day, and just a really cool, nice. Pippin, he's like he says, a wallflower. Sure, he likes to just kind of stay there, but he always interjects. He always makes people smile. And the dude could talk about friggin' ducks. I get tired of hearing about ducks after 3 minutes. This dude can go on for like 42 hours talking about ducks. He can tell you like the physics behind them, why they're shaped the way they are, the history of them. It's unreal what he can tell you about ducks. You know, he can even pick two ducks up and tell you which one weighs more just by holding them. So, and yes, you should. So Kyle says he wants to sign up to do a presentation next year as well as a butcher breakdown, and you should. Yeah. Absolutely. And there you have no problem with it. You should run a whole
event, Kyle, and sell.
Do like a butchering course.
Yeah, like mini tickets on it.
Yeah.
I would and
do it like Chuck did or like Joel Salatin did.
Well, and like they were doing with the chicken process.
Yes,
today.
Like Joel. Absolutely. Ed Celio, great to have you. And well, see, so here's the thing. John and Amanda, they almost have their own family tree.
Yeah.
That's what's crazy about it is that John has been building this family tree, which is kind of cool. So it kind of makes John my other grandfather because you got John through Nicole through me.
Yeah.
Jack through Nicole through me. And it blows me away.
Because how it works is like Jack is content.
Right.
Although where John is ass kicking.
Yeah.
So Jack, like, see, it's two separate family trees because Jack would be encouraging when it comes to like making content. Like I know John makes content too, but Jack encourages content and videos and everything like that, where John encourages you to get the lead out of your ass and do what you need to do.
Mm-hmm.
And so it would be John, Nicole, Tim, Brian, Kyle.
I love it. Yeah.
So and that's so it's like two separate family trees. That's like same thing, but two separate because you hear Jack talking and then you hear John talking. So that's
I'm not going to read this one, but anyone wants to read it out loud, you can absolutely. Very good. But it's true. It's almost like, well, because really, if you look, John, and this is so funny that we're going, and anybody who listens to this and knows nothing about our community is going to be like, what the hell are they talking about? But I mean, when it comes down to it, John really traces his roots back to tactical response and James Yeager. And so it's really cool. And but it's neat how all of the world, and it's true. John did listen to Jack. So, I mean, there is something to be there too. It's just crazy.
And that's the thing. And it's like, but John is more of, if you don't get it done, I'm going to kick your ass.
Exactly.
Where Jack is more like, this is what I want you to do. And this is how you're going to do it. You're going to do it this way. And then John's be like, yeah, you're going to do it his way or I'm going to kick your ass. So that's basically how it goes, right?
That is very true.
Yeah.
But he said John used to force his employees to listen to Jack. So I guess that's true. Where do I don't know how to put him in there. I mean, he'd be obviously above.
Just keep it the two separate.
But I love them. I love them all. I mean, the three people that I have listed as the people who have mentored me with knowing me or not knowing me would be John, Jack, and Nicole. And they've done great things for me. And I hope to return it to them and to everybody else as we go along, because fucking great things happened at Self-Reliance Festival. Because I've taken solicited and unsolicited advice from many of these folks for many years. And it's been great. I love it. So Saturday, I did my presentation. And while I was presenting, who else sat in the second row? But none other than Joel Salatin, writing notes furiously, which was cool enough. I'm like, either he's not paying attention and he's doing his notes, or he's listening to my presentation and taking a lot of notes. And it, turned out that's what it was, because I'm over there. So thank God for Mama Bear here, because I wouldn't have eaten or drank anything all day, every day while we were there. And she's like, you need to eat a slider. Here, shoves it in my face.
But tell them why I do that.
Why?
Because I don't want to listen to them.
Because you don't want me to get hangry?
No, and I don't want to listen to you, bitch. Oh, I'm so thirsty. Oh, I'm so hungry. I'm so thirsty. And then on the way back to the hotel, it's like, can we go to Sonic? That's why.
I understand. It's very true. So, yeah. Anyway, I'm over there scarfing down a slider. Brian comes over. He's like, dude, you got to come over here right now. He said, Joel Salatin has just mentioned you like 3 times in his presentation, talking about how he's going to take back your poverty mindset stuff and share it with his staff. And I was like, ooh, that is absolutely crazy. So, yeah, it is. Oh, man. So that to me, that would have made my entire month right there. Just the fact that Joel Salatin mentioned me multiple times and said he was going to take some of my teaching back.
Well, and then you had that.
Oh, yeah. I don't know. It's coming. Yeah. Oh, which one?
No, with Jack.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Don't worry.
You've been trying to get that for a long time.
Yep. So in between that, I managed to record 3 interviews yesterday. So I was emceeing. I presented. Oh, I also had the honor of being on the most incredible round. I thought last year was incredible roundtable. This year was Jack, Joel Salatin, John Willis, and Scully, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Who's on the Pulling the Thread podcast with John. So there's 5 of us up there, and it was awesome. I was so, anyway, it was blown away. I love it. I got pictures. It was so much great. Yeah. He said, Haas says, damn, Joel and Tim in the same breath. Fucking awesome. Yep. It was an honor for me. But it gets better. But wait, there's more. Remember the ShamWow guy?
Oh, jeez.
But really, there was. So anyway, we went to the concert for a few. Get to listen for a few, and it was "Slave to Servant" was the name of the band. Kind of a Christian post grunge band, which was I loved their sound. Met them earlier in the day. We listened. I got to hear about 4 songs before we got too old and too tired to stay any longer. So we went back. The next day, I got to do an interview with them, which was with the lead singer, Sam. He's going to come on. I'm trying to work out getting him and his band members to come on and do a couple of live songs on the live stream, which would be awesome. I can't wait. Do the old Howard Stern thing where he used to have musicians, interview them, and then play music. Okay, that was cool. Then, must be nice. Yeah, it was fucking nice, Brian. Thanks for asking.
You got a gift for Brian, didn't you?
Oh yeah, right here. That one.
we picked it up at the gas station.
We did. I found it. You actually dropped it out of your truck, Brian. I picked it up and give you the middle finger. There you go, brother. Always good to see you. So anyway, next, I finally got Jack Spirko. You guys know who he is? I finally nailed him down, and we did.
Well, tell him what he said.
Which part?
About if you don't do
it. Yeah. Yeah, he's like, yeah, if you don't do the interview with me now, he said, you might not catch me.
You got to do it in his accent.
I can't.
If you don't catch me before, or he goes, when I'm done on that stage, I'm gone.
Yeah.
I'm gone.
Right, Chuck, thank you, brother. Yeah, that's cool, too. Mm-hmm. Chuck, he inherited his good looks from his father. You know how it is. So, yeah, Chuck said I mentored him as well. Thank you, brother. And I love seeing what Chuck's doing with he's kicking ass and taking names. So I got an interview with Jack Spirko. He said some of the nicest things that could be said to me, and I really appreciated it. It meant the world. So then we did the roundtable, which was incredible. And I was just about ready to pack up. And Nicole says, hey, Joel Salatin just asked if you were around so you could do an interview with him. And I was like, what? So I carried my recording gear in my bag, but I didn't have my tripod, and so I did my best impersonation of a person running over to the booth. And Brian's like, "What's wrong, Lassie? Did Timmy fall down in a well?" And finally, I found my tripod, and I was back. And Joel, I want to tell you guys, that dude is a consummate professional. The guy shows up. I mean, he showed up late that night, flew in, was on his A game first thing in the morning, does an incredible presentation, sits and listens to 2 or 3 other presentations, and then leaves himself open for me, it was like a 24-minute interview. And then Nicole after that. The guy was just awesome. And he was so humble and so funny. I would love the chance to learn communication and public speaking under him, but I doubt he even teaches that. So it was awesome. Yeah.
You know what you should do? We should try to find something like a tripod that folds up.
Smaller that would fit in that bag.
In the bag,
Yep.
or something you can wear on a harness around.
I was thinking the exact same thing. Yep, I was. I'm gonna look for a more compact tripod that's still very secure and sturdy.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
That way you can like just carry it around on a strap or something.
I'll keep it in my bag, and then just because Brian and I both realized that one of the keys at live events is if you are ready and willing to interview somebody on the spot, they're most likely to say yes.
Well, and you just got that new bag from John.
Yes,
I bet you we could fit it all in there.
That'll be that is awesome.
And then we'll bring an extra tripod for everyone to borrow.
Yes, because mine has become the community tripod, and I don't mind at all. I'm not slamming it. I love that.
No, but I think you lost track of it about 3 times.
Yeah.
I think Joel has it. I think Joel. Yep. No, Joel doesn't have it. I don't know who has it.
It was awesome. Yeah, it was. Faye said, I'm so excited to see interviews to come out of SRF. So many interactions that were unexpected. And Backwoods says, this is one of the highlights of my weekend, was sneaking in the back tent to watch the end of that interview. It honestly was one of the highlights for me to be able to stand there. So we snuck out over under what they called the greenhouse tent.
Yep.
And it was just me and Joel Salatin and 4 of my closest friends. Well, yeah. I mean, I hope Nicole considers herself a close friend of us now.
I would think so.
Kyle and Corey and Brian and Nicole, they were all there just sitting listening, and it was surreal. And then the crazy thing was, after they left, Nicole Sauce come over and she said, hey, I would you mind setting up the recording for me so I could record with Joel for a minute? And I just got to sit there, and it was just the 3 of us.
Did you send it to her?
Not yet. I haven't got any of this off my phone yet.
Okay.
But I just got to sit there, front row, right in front of Nicole and Joel while they had a conversation.
Nice.
How cool was that? I loved it. And yeah. And Backwoods says, me and Brian were grinning ear to ear because we were so excited for you. And thank you. I was excited for me. And it's pretty special when that kind of stuff comes together. You know what was cool was that you guys were able to be there in person and share the moment.
You know why? It's because if you went back, we would have called you bluff and called you a liar.
What, that said I interviewed him and couldn't prove it? Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's true. It's like Pixar didn't happen, right?
Guess what I just did? Yeah, sure you did.
Pasta, did anyone get a pic of it? See, Pixar didn't happen, right? Yeah. No, there are some in Brian's group. I haven't stole them from him yet, but it was, I took a selfie with Joel as a shameless promotion, but you got to do it. You got to, no, I'm just kidding. It's not, no, that's what you do. When you get a moment, you want to own that. You want to take pictures of it. You want to share it out
Is that
there.
the one with Nicole's stupid face in the back?
There is one where she photobombed. She's like, hi! But it was absolutely, and then Backwoods fangirl in front of it. That's fine, brother. It's good. You
know what? They love it though.
Hey, and there's my brother from another mother. Off-grid ping. I don't know what you call it. Alleyway neighbor. I don't know. Kick-ass worker. Like
family that lives up the road.
Family that lives up the road. Yep. Jamie is his name. So, and John says you're allowed to bust my balls. So here's the thing, guys. Becky always tells me that I'm not funny. And I know that I am. However, she likes to tell me that I'm not. And it's cool. I get it.
Just keeping you humble,
I understand when you're wrong. And so during my presentation, or maybe multiple times this weekend when I was on stage, I would tell everybody when they would laugh at my jokes because they had to. I mean, because they wanted to.
Because they had to.
I would say, could you please tell my wife that I'm funny? So the entire weekend, people would come by, and what would they tell you, hon?
That you were funny.
Yeah, see, now you heard it. She said it right there, folks.
And what would I say?
You would say,
no, he's not.
Thank you.
No, he's not.
I love you so much.
And you know what? And then I would tell them that I can back that up with 5 children and dogs who don't think you're funny.
Tomorrow, guys, we're going to have an episode on what it means to have a supportive spouse. So, no, it was good.
Yeah, to keep you humble when you're not funny.
Yes, it's true.
Yeah, there you go.
So we came up with another idea. And So it's really funny. So Off Grid says, I laughed out loud at the oddly specific example of the tree falling on the fence. I got to be honest, Ping, I never had time to tell you this, but I literally made that up on the spot. But it was hilarious, and it was complete. It was, I was talking about getting pissed off at your neighbor because
the pear tree.
And I was like, it just came out. I'm like, where the hell did that come from?
I was, and you know what? And I will admit, when you said it, I was trying to go through my memory bank where there was a pear tree that fell on our fence, and I'm thinking, I don't think we had any neighbors with pear trees. I'm thinking in my brain, it's like, no, I don't think we did. But
it's what happened when my mouth gets ahead of my brain and I just start telling a story. I never claimed that it was true. It's not like that. It was just
but I was trying to go through my memory bank if there was an incident like that. And I was like, no, we never really lived close enough to anybody for pear trees.
No, we didn't. It was just, I was really proud of that for some stupid reason. It's the silliest little things. And Brian says, you're right. Nobody ever gets pissed off their neighbors. Very, very true. Yes. But overall, I mean, I don't know what my individual highlight was. I guess interviewing Joel Salatin. But to be honest, I think it was probably interviewing Jack.
Yeah.
I mean, they all meant really, really funny. Funny. Sorry, I'm reading this. Cabot Porter, let's get this out of the way. Tim, you are funny, but looks aren't everything. That's why I've always been told that I have a face for radio. Thank you very much. But yeah, I don't, our wives do keep us in check. It's true. Mm-hmm. And, oh, sure. Yes. I forgot the Backwoods Butcher. So here we go, guys. My wife, she had 3 days, but she couldn't buy lottery tickets. And so her surrogate lottery tickets were. And you know what? And Dawn will back me up on this, who was selling tickets. She asked, I went and bought a bunch. I bought 6 tickets. And then I went back and I bought 6 more tickets. And she goes, are you buying more? And I said, yes, because I don't have access to a casino or a slot machine. So this is my form of gambling. And it's not completely true, but okay. No, where's there a casino? I meant you don't actually have that kind of a need for that kind of No. But when I travel, I do like to, if there's casino, I do like to try it out. And I already did buy my lotto tickets. Sure. So, and I won $4 on the Powerball. Thank you very much. But, and I was just teasing her, and I and it was for a good cause, and but you know what though, I never win anything. No, well, just so you know, you came really close that one time to winning $5,000 at the bingo jackpot. Remember that? But I, like every once in a while, I'll win the odd little thing, but right. I never ever win anything. So for me to win 3 times, that was incredible. But you know what? I got my payback because Tim took my 2 winnings. And he left them at SOE. I did, yeah. So okay, he forgot them. Here's how the story goes. I'm trying to bring up a link here that I could share, but it's not working, so we won't worry about it right now. I don't know if it'll show up, guys, but Backwoods or Brian, you might be able to do it. If you could share your guys' links, I'd like to share your channel links during the live. I'm on a janky internet connection and I can't quite bring it up here. So if we can't, we'll do it the other night. But so the giveaway, kind of the final thing where Spags, Nicole, and I got to, rib off each other, have fun. And hey, Lone Canadian, good to have you. So Becky bought half of all the tickets available. So I bought 12,000. So okay, we're 12. Good. 100. And 12. Yes. I bought 2 sets of 6. Fair enough. And then I had the one that was in the ticket for free. I had that, never even thought to check it. So no, thank you, Chuck. You had my ticket. Oh, right, because I never actually got my VIP package or my tickets or my lanyard. They're mine. That's fine. I didn't need it. I was good. So thanks, Chuck. I appreciate that. Where was I go? Oh yeah, so how we cheated the giveaway, right? Yes. That's what I was telling the story now. So we were. Thank you. There we go. Well, if I was gonna cheat, I would have cheated for some of the good ones, like the $500 tactical gift certificates. That would have been incredible. It would have been. I would have loved that. And something's doing its thing here. There we go. Okay. So, and we did have a great trip. Thank you, Cabot. So yeah, you won 3 things. Let's put it this way. So here we go. I got to stop trying to do too many things at once here. I'll get the link out here in just a minute. So we ended up, what we would do is we'd pick up a prize, and then Spags would roll the ticket bouncer or whatever it was. I don't know, what do they call that thing? That's just like a spinning wheel. Okay, spinning wheel, yeah. So Spags would roll that. we would tell what it was, and then we would put it in. We'd call the numbers out, and then people would say, "Hey, I won," and we'd take the prize over to them. And so the first one we won was a water filter, right?
The water straws.
Yeah, it's like a Sawyer water filter straw or whatever, but it was a different name for that. So we won that, and there was a couple of groans. Like, oh yeah, Tim's up there, and his wife won a ticket. So,
well, like in all fairness, though, guys, if I was going to rig something, it wouldn't be for water.
Sure, and that was fine. And then as we went along, we did some more giveaways, and then eventually Becky wins some honey and something else
that I lost.
That you lost. Well, by that point, there was quite the rumbling in the crowd. I want to tell you what.
I can't help it if nobody else bought 12 tickets, okay?
Babe, there were people that bought way more tickets than you. Way more. When Jack, David, and I were selling tickets, there was one where Jack said, if we sell 50 tickets in the next 10 minutes, I'll heckle Tim during his entire presentation.
Yeah, but did one person buy 50 tickets? Or did
somebody bought like $100 worth of tickets?
Well,
so
that's...
Well, like 25 tickets or something.
No, it was 6 tickets for $25.
Okay, so 24 tickets for 100, yeah. Right? Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, so it's not as many as you think.
So if it ended there, ladies and gentlemen, that would have been fine. But it didn't. Because, so Spags, he puts together these bug out bags. Really nice. They're kind of a single or double strap book bag, which is nice, and it has a water bladder built into it. Mm-hmm. I dyed one of them up at Midwest Preparedness, but I didn't pull the trigger because I thought, well, space and whatever. I think they're like $160-ish. They're worth every penny. So anyway, Spags is up there, and he's like, hey, let's draw this number. And as he draws the number, me being a smartass says, hey, I won. And then my echo goes, no, actually, I won. And I look over. And it was Mrs. Cook. God, this thing right here won the prize that I wanted to win and then joked about winning it. You can't make this shit up, ladies and gentlemen. I figured the only way I was going to get out of there without getting shot was by giving away a patch of the month for the year. So I was like, I better placate the masses here, ladies and gentlemen. I got to do something. And so anyway, yeah, Spags bags are $165. There you go. It's pretty close. So what did I do? We gave away a year's worth of Patch of the Month Club, so that helped. But what a crazy thing! And
but you wanted the
tactical shield from Reliance.
Shield.
Oh man!
And I wanted to get you the
TAC response certificate.
The TAC response certificate.
But I love this. This was the only one that I jokingly said, "Hey, look what I won!" And who wins it? My damn wife. So she did give it to me. Thank you. So
maybe.
Oh, yeah, maybe, she says. Yeah, Off-Grid Ping tried Brian's, Perfect Cup coffee. It's good coffee. So that was quite fun. I had a great time, actually. It was so funny. But yeah, I'm tired. Like, here's where I'm getting at with events, and it's kind of cool, guys, because the first few I would go to, it took me a couple of events last year, and I would go, and I really didn't know what to do. I didn't know how to make the most of it, right? Mm-hmm. And then I was starting to learn, okay, well, interviews are great, presentations are great, selling stuff, connections, all of that's great. But then I got into this phase where I felt like I could never do enough. And I felt like I can't meet enough people, I can't get enough done. And by the end, I always felt like, man, I wish this would go longer,
That is true, yeah, because Kyle won. And Corey and Brian won. Yeah, Brian, you won 2 prizes. So there you go.
So yeah, anyway, I was into events for a while where I would leave and you'd almost feel, not like you'd have the post-event blues, but you'd always feel like you could have done more, even though I did all, right?
Yeah.
And I finally got to the point where I have embraced the event. I've embraced going to run myself ragged for every minute I'm there. I'm going to get all the interviews I can. I'm going to talk to everybody I can. And I've accepted the fact that I won't get to talk to everybody. And I don't leave the events with regret. And by the next morning, I wake up. Yeah, I'm tired. I had a great time. And I never leave any event thinking, I wish this went longer. I wish I had more time. I just leave satisfied. And I think that's a lot. I I think that's from you, baby, from telling me that I can't do everything and trying to keep me balanced, and because I lack the ability of balance, period. I mean, just look at me. I agreed to do a presentation and a roundtable discussion and MC the entire damn event, right? And it was awesome. I loved it. So it was great. Yep. Here we go. Brian Young.
Yep.
Yeah. Brian Young says, when is Toolman Tim's workshop? So
we were planning that out. And I came up with a name.
Yes.
It's going to be the pre-SRF workshop party.
Right.
And I think we're going to run it over a couple days so that, you know, like if everyone can't make it on one day, then they have the option to come one of the other 2 days.
Right.
But we're going to hire somebody to come do food. And I'm hoping that it could be a really, really like a three, and everyone and people can camp there. And I'm hoping it'll be a really, really busy so we can have like, I think 3 days is probably.
So we came up with something else while we were talking earlier, and we're going to end up like, it's going to be a great, I don't know where that episode that I recorded with Brian and Corey is going to end up, but it's going to play at some point. But we discovered something, that the sooner we get the land ready for people to just come and hang out, the sooner we can just do hey, here's a 5-hour project that's going to take us 12 minutes to do. Let's get together, do one project, and then we'll have presentations, we'll have teachers. It will become another meeting place for people to get together. And we're getting close. Yeah. Like, we're way closer than we thought we would be. And once I get my 6 to 8 weeks down in the down there again, we're going to be all set.
Well, and then but we are going to do those 3 days, and we're going to make a project,
right? Like
we're going to
have a project list again.
Yeah, we'll have a project list. And I think if we can, even if someone doesn't want to come for like the 3, you know what, even if you want to come for the 3 days, you don't have to work all 3 days,
right? Like
just come and hang out, like come and eat some good food, drink some beer. Like you don't have to work because you're there.
No, and we'll just be there, and it'll be one of these things where people can come for a day, a half a day, a day, whatever they want to do. And
because if you only have it because the one day was awesome,
right? But
not everybody can make it just on that one day,
right?
So it would, and if so, like it would be awesome to have, you know, over 3 days. That way we can maybe meet some people that couldn't come on the one day.
Yes, it would be awesome.
So and even if you just wanted to come down and just chill and hang out, come on down and chill and hang out, right? Like, and it'll be fun. We'll have lots of food, lots of snacks, lots of building materials, so we can plug a whole bunch out. And
Brian says, "Oh, in Tennessee, yes, yeah." So we just had, and no worries, Brian Young. I had so many people say they wish they could have made it. No problem. I also had a ton of people who are like, "I didn't know you had a work day." And
that's why we're going to plug it, and we'll make a whole advertisement for it. And that way,
and we did our best on.
Well, I know, but it was one of those things where, okay, we wanted to do it. We knew we wanted to do it.
Yep.
But it was just one of those things where it wasn't a lot of planning. And so like this way, it's we'll have it all figured out. We'll have a huge list. We'll make sure we have all the building materials. And hopefully we can get a lot of people to come up and just camp and hang out and get everything plugged out, right? But
Rachel says, "Can we bring dogs?" Sure, you can.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we all love dogs. So, yes. So, no, you know what? Let's talk about this for a minute, guys, because it was pretty cool. This reminded me of a story. Yesterday, John Willis did his presentation. And what John basically does is he goes up and he says, "All right, what do you want to talk about?" And then he stands there and gives you the John Willis stare until somebody dares get up and ask a question.
As they're shaking.
Sir, could you? Anyway, so the guy, John's like, okay, and John's really good at, what's the real question here? What's going on? How do we fix this? And so John, anyway, he talks to the guy, and he basically gets down to, this is a great idea, buy all the domains. And then John says, and I'm not saying this guy was this guy, but I just want to tell you about it anyway. John says, if you need the money, I'll buy the domain for you. And John means it. He 100% means it. So I don't know where that's going to end up, but this reminded me of this story. So Gunfighter Concealment says, "Hey, Tim, did that person you're going to buy a ticket for ever show up?" The answer to that is no. Way back, maybe 3-4 months ago, I had a live stream with, it was me and Nicole and somebody else for Self-Reliance Festival. Have I ever told you this story?
No.
Okay. So we had one, and there was somebody in there that said, "Man, I'd love to go, but I can't afford the ticket." Mm-hmm. And I said right then and there, I said, here's the deal. If you can't afford the ticket, I will buy your ticket for you. I will leave it at the front desk for you. All I ask is that you work, I forget what I said, 2 or 4 hours at my booth one day while I was there, because this was before I knew you were coming. Yeah. And I said, just get up with me. I said, therealtimcook@gmail.com, and I mentioned it 2 or 3 times, and I wasn't bullshitting. I meant it. I mean, I had it live on all those channels, and nothing. So never heard. So there you go. I don't know. Can't remember. Doesn't matter who it was. I'd never go back and look. But it's just a good example to say, yeah, what are you going to do? The guy did buy his domain right then and there. Awesome. With his own money, not John's. And John offered to mentor him. He was so excited.
Nice.
That is awesome. I love John.
What domain? What is he doing?
I don't even know.
Or is that the taxation guy?
I don't know. John, I didn't go to John's presentation either, because we were busy doing exactly what Backwoods said.
I heard somebody mention that something about a taxation domain that he had bought.
Might have been taxation is theft.
That might have been. Was that the same guy?
Might have been.
Yeah. Okay.
Backwoods said, my problem was I couldn't go 50 feet without someone wanting to talk to me, and I wasn't prepared. You never are for your first event, brother.
Nope.
And that's totally fine. And you did great. And you can only do
the taxation. Yeah. Yes, I remember. Oh yeah, he came over and talked to us the taxation.
Yes,
it looked like an ugly Christmas sweater.
Yeah, it did. It was awesome. So yeah, it was great. I love it. I guess going forward from Self-Reliance Festival, and you know what? I came out of Self-Reliance Festival not burnt out, but just frazzled. My brain was all over. And then I had a chance encounter with Sean Mills today and some chatting with Brian Alexovich. And now all of a sudden, coming out of that, I have 2 ideas to make money. And we're not going to talk about it tonight, but we will. And I was excited about that. I missed the bourbon tasting. Oh, man.
What was that?
I don't know. Doesn't matter. If there was bourbon involved, I'm sad, but it's okay. We'll have a bourbon tasting at the next workshop.
Absolutely. We'll bring San Diego right.
How does that sound?
The workshop workday.
Yeah.
Pre-SRF work party.
We're also talking about this, and I don't know where this is going to end up, but doing another course like all the other guys are doing, but on content creation at Self-Reliance Festival. I would love to do that, because it would be another way for people to get access to a bunch of content creators that they normally wouldn't, and a way for us content creators to make a little more money. So again, value for value, right? And I love it. I think it's great. And one step closer, Jeremy, it was great seeing you, brother. We spent 3 days together at Midwest Preparedness Festival, a day at the work day.
Well, and he was our cabin tester.
Oh yeah, and he didn't get eaten alive by bobcats.
Nope, he was our cabin tester.
And yeah, it was. Pippin said, "I'm currently a mess, exhausted, but damn, it was my weekend off. I'll take another." Yep. And which one was that? Backwoods wants to know, does anybody remember his name? He wanted me on his podcast. Is that the taxation is theft guy?
I have no
We'll make all the connections.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I never caught his name.
Somebody in Telegram will probably know it, but
yeah,
it was great.
It would be nice to have a list. You know what they should do? They should put a list at the front gate that people, if they want to, they don't have to, but they can sign in with their name and then their handle that they use online. So that we can put a face to the name tag.
They have done that before.
Yeah.
And I believe there was one set up here. I just didn't bother to find it. So the Tinker Tribe, there you go. And yeah, so it was, there were so many great people. We should all just walk around with QR codes on our foreheads.
Oh, yeah. Like, you know what? That's what they should do. Any speaker wears a thing like on their ticket lanyard, a QR code that takes directly to their website, so everyone can put a face to the website.
Because I bet you 30, 40 times people are like, how do I find you? And I'm like, right here. Toolman Tim's workshop and all the places.
QR code, yes. They could just scan it.
That's a great idea. You know what I could even do? I could put a microchip in my hand and then people could scan that. Would that work?
It's not funny.
I thought it was good, but no, I love the QR code. I think
and then
she's ready to kill me, folks.
And then I mentioned to Nicole too, it would have been really cool to have some Bluetooth speakers so that people at the booths could hear some of the presentations, and you could just log into your phone and you could put an AirPod in or something.
Great idea.
Because I was, I would have loved to hear a couple of the presentations that I missed out on, and it would be nice to have just access to that.
Yes. Boss, they did use name tags. I just never wore one.
But the problem is, though, even with the name tags, a lot of them would put Toolman Tim.
Right.
And then they would still come up and be like, well, how do I find you?
Yeah.
Right. But if you had a QR code, it would take you directly to Tim's YouTube page.
I was running around for a day and a half before I realized I didn't have my lanyard with me. So, yeah. Yeah, I do. You got to love me. Yeah, she's love you, but no, I totally get it. But yeah, no, QR code would be great. You could put it on your chest sticker. Or,
if Nicole needs help, if they need help next year, I'll do all the micromanaging of the little things.
Yeah, they would absolutely help you. He said, and then you could all be like the show Dark Angel. I don't remember that one.
Dark Angel.
But good to see you, Byron Roberts. Yeah, we figured we'd get in here and do a quick hour-long takedown of the SRF.
Yeah, but I really do think the QR, like every speaker, just the speakers and the presenters, once they go, they have a special lanyard with a different color with a QR code to their website.
That's a great idea. Yeah, I love it. We could put it together for anybody, any of the speaker. We could do it ahead of time so we have them. So yeah, that would actually be a great idea. And it would be like, hey, just scan this. Boop, there we are. I'm going to do that. Even if nobody else does it, we'll do our own lanyard.
Exactly.
Yep. We'll laminate it and have a card I can wear around my neck and be like, hey, what do you want?
Yep. There we go.
Yeah. Yeah, that was actually really good. Well, Mrs. Cook, what do you think? We got to get on the road a decent time in the morning, don't we? Yeah.
Yeah.
Not too bad.
7:30.
Yeah.
We have to go to the bakery.
And Brian Young says, I want my own QR code. Absolutely. Oh, and they're +1. Yes. Yeah. You could wear one too. And then people could point it and be like, yeah.
Exactly. Right. And
what if the ticket holders could get digital at their booth for a small vendor fee? Oh, that would work too.
Yeah. And and if, or
right here, a program listing the speakers and where they can be found. That would be cool. I love that.
Yeah, because I would have liked to, if they had just a Bluetooth speaker that was linked to tent 1 and tent 2, so that you could connect to whatever tent you wanted to, and you could hear the presentation over your phone or something.
Yeah, I think it's a great idea. You know what?
Because there was a lot of people in the booths down around us that didn't hear anything.
If it keeps growing the way it is, we're going to have to, because they're going to have damn booths all the way around the building.
Well, and some people get really bummed if they can't hear a certain presentation they want to, right?
Yeah, no, it's true. Or you could be like me and I don't go to any presentations. That's okay, though.
But if you wanted to hear one, there's nothing saying you couldn't put an AirPod in your ear and listen.
Yeah, that ain't going to happen. But you know what? That's what the digital pass is for. I can download it afterwards. And I need to get, if anybody happened to record the majority of Joel's presentation and you have the clips where he mentioned me, I would love them. If not, I'll get them from Nicole at some point.
You were sitting at the booth.
Yes. Oh, I understand.
We could have heard it. Right?
But I wouldn't have been, because I would have been either busy
you were sitting there eating your sliders
for 12 minutes.
Could have been in the first 12 minutes.
I mentioned how much I love you. All right, folks, we're going to call it a night, aren't we?
Yeah.
We'll try to get one more live stream in on the road.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, I'm sure we will. So, and it was awesome meeting you and Nicole.
Yeah.
Kyle, we love
Not
you.
Amanda, Nicole.
Yeah. And Joe rocked the house. Joel, I think is what it's supposed to say. Joel rocked the house, and he really loves your speech, Tim. Thank you. One step closer. I appreciate it. But yeah, from there, I guess we're going to hit the road tomorrow. Stay dangerous, everybody, as Gunfight Concealment says. And as always, stay happy, stay healthy, and have a great night.